What's poppin', YouTube? We are back. I think the last time I checked in was probably at like 6.5 or 5.5 weeks out from my competition. And it's been a long time to say the least. I think it's been like 3 months. I didn't finish that prep for a multitude of reasons. I'll give you a few right off the bat. Now, I will preface with the fact that this is no excuse to have not finished recording my prep. Yeah, I have a lot of respect now for people who actually go through a prep and then record themselves and upload on a daily basis, if not like on a bi-weekly. They do it a few times a week, man. I see most of these YouTubers uploading like 2 or 3 videos a week during prep. Respects to you guys. I gotta work on it. I'll get back on top of that. But I didn't finish for, one of the reasons was my cameraman and my gym partner, Fredo, he wanted to continue working out in the morning. I was losing a lot of sleep. We were getting in the thick of things of prep. And if you've ever prepped before, you know that when calories get low, stimulants get high, you tend to not sleep a lot. And you start to lose sleep at night and you end up falling asleep at random times, maybe not until 2, 3 in the morning. And I usually wake up around 2, 3 in the morning. So I was getting 1 or 2 hours of sleep just to wake up to go hit the gym and have a shitty workout because I was exhausted, to come back home and basically fall asleep after for a few hours, which wasn't ideal. So I ended up moving my gym time to the afternoonish, and Fredo kept going in the morning. Another reason is I started to develop some GI issues in the middle of prep, and it took me a while to figure out, and I didn't quite fix it during prep. I couldn't fix it during prep. I don't really want to get too in depth into what was going on with my gut. It's kind of gross, but I was having a hard time keeping food down. I was having a hard time. Yeah, just like I couldn't. Into peak week, typically you start to carb up in XYZ. My coach and I, around 2 weeks, I started to see the GI issues around 5.5 weeks out. I was, for random reasons and random times throughout the day, I would start to hold a little bit of water, and you could see it in my physique. It was pretty noticeable. But we mostly noticed it when I think around 2 weeks out, maybe 3 weeks out, my coach tried to give me a refeed. And as I had the refeed, I felt my stomach just bloating. And I woke up the next day, and it wasn't a big refeed. I think I had like 350 carbs or 300 carbs. It wasn't anything crazy. I woke up the next day, I think I was like 8 pounds heavier, blowed up like a water balloon. My body just did not agree with the food whatsoever. It was pretty freaking bad. I started to panic. I didn't know what was going on. A bunch of stuff on the back end started to go down that, like I said, I won't get into because it's pretty fucking gross. But leading into peak week, I just couldn't carb up. There was too much of a risk and fear of giving me a lot of food and having that happen again. So I just kind of went into the show shredded but flat. I wasn't full whatsoever. That's no one's fault but my own guts. So the past few months I've been really working on just fixing that, correcting that, and making sure that it doesn't happen again. Which I think, we've figured out the root cause of it, I think, and my digestion is back to normal, my gut's back to normal, so I think we're pretty solid when it comes to that. But the goal is just going to be to not let it happen again. So we got to keep a careful eye on that as we move forward. But yeah, I mean, today we're hitting chest and arms. This idea just dawned, or today we hit chest and arms. I already went to the gym. As we were in the gym, this idea to record every day and just, mic everything up and talk and explain workouts and have in detailed stuff go down in the gym and after the gym and before the gym dawned on us while we were working out. So I didn't really do much of that today. I got a few clips we recorded every workout, but we didn't talk at all. Mics weren't on or anything. So I'm going to do a voiceover of our workout, and I will basically break down what we were doing and kind of give you guys some insight as to why I was working out how I was. Before we do that, I do want to fully disclose most of these sets were taken pretty close to failure, but not exactly to failure. Like I said, I have been training, but I haven't been training at a consistent gym. The environment has been pretty different every single time I've trained the past few months. So the goal of this workout was to basically get in there, get a feel for the weights, get a feel for what my working weight's going to be, what my baseline is going to be going into next week, because next week's going to be when we're really going to turn it up. And kind of go from there. Like I said, most of these sets were taken to failure, but you could see me incrementing up and down the weights just to get a good feel of where I could stay within my rep ranges. And we'll kind of go from there. Let's get this thing started. So right here, as I said, I'm kind of warming up, getting used to the weight. I had already hit a warm-up set before this. I hit it with one plate. I had another plate. I know this isn't going to be my working set, but I just wanted to hit 4 to 6 reps. Really feel the muscle, get some blood in there, and just prime that muscle for heavier weight. As you can see, I'm kind of just keeping it slow and controlled. Nothing too crazy just yet. And we're done. Very simple, very easy. I do like to warm up. Almost every exercise that I do warm up a couple times. I'm pretty scared of injury, so I'm pretty careful with how I handle my warm-ups and stuff. So right here, the wrist straps came on and the plate came on. So I am attempting this for a working weight. Again, slow and controlled, really focusing on squeezing that chest at the top. And basically the goal as you're hitting these sets, guys, is you want to try to make every rep look the same. The only thing that's really going to change is the speed of the weight moving up off of your chest, I guess, here. Because your muscle tends to fatigue and it gets harder. So right here we're working pretty hard. I don't remember how much weight that was, but I do remember thinking that was too many. I think it was around 15. The target rep range here is 8 to 12. So I did move up. I put another plate on there. Here's Fredo distracting me before I hit my set. Yeah. Don't even remember what he said, but here we go. And honestly, guys, this is moving pretty smooth here. I'm surprised it is moving pretty smoothly here, considering the fact of how long it's been since I hit this machine. And there we go. So one thing I see people do wrong, guys, I'm gonna give you guys a tip here. The way you set up on this machine, I hope you guys can see my mouse, but as you can see, my wrist is kind of in line with my elbow. I don't think I'm fully all the way down here yet, but when I go all the way down, I'm 180. This should be in line with my elbow, and my elbows aren't flared out all the way over here. They're slightly bent down. Maybe it's like a 15-degree angle below 180. And that's kind of where you want to be. The more you flare your elbows out, the more you tend to really hit that shoulder, that front delt. And you tend to bias that as opposed to keeping your chest a bias in this machine. Another thing I see people do, they'll bring their elbow way too far down, which then tends to bias the tricep a little too much. You want to find a sweet spot there to make sure you're biasing that chest if that is your priority. I mean, it tends to be the priority on any pressing movement, right? So you want to find a sweet spot to make sure you're actually biasing that chest, okay? Let's keep this going. And like I said, we're pushing pretty hard here. I think I could have done 1 or 2 more reps there. There's Fredo giving me feedback on how I'm imbalanced. Thank you, Fredo. And I believe this is the last working set here, guys. I won't really talk too much on this one. Just admire. There you go. I think I did for all these exercises, guys. I think I did 3 sets, and now we're moving on to a flat chest press. These two machines, I think, are by far my favorite chest machines. The compound just got them, and I'm really enjoying using them. Yeah, this is basically a warm up. Like I said, I warm up 1 or 2 times before I actually get to my working weight on these things. I do have a slight shoulder impingement right now. I've been working with my massage therapist, Blessed Bodyworks on Instagram. I'll put his handle at the bottom. Follow him, book a session. He's also one of my clients. Great dude. He really knows what he's talking about, but we're working on kind of fixing that right now. And this is our working weight here. Like I said in the first exercise, a theme that you'll find in my training style, I guess you could say. I try to make every rep look exactly the same, with the only variable being the speed of the bar going up. As your muscle fatigues, it gets harder, and you want to try as much as you can to keep the form the same. It wasn't quite failure, but it might have been 2-3 reps away from it. Still getting acclimated. I wanted to go up. Oh shoot, the tank top or the hoodie comes off and the tank top comes on. It's a slightly different look from what you guys are used to when I was shredded, but we put on some mass in the past few months, guys. My current weight right now, it is 206-ish, if I remember correctly. We got a couple partials going in at the end, and I think we just did 2 sets of that, and we're moving on to tricep extensions. These are pretty simple, guys. I mean, I'm sure you guys have all done a tricep extension. Biggest feedback I have for people is, again, keep it slow and controlled. Really control the eccentrics as you're working out and doing these movements. And one thing I see a lot of people do is I see their shoulders roll forward and they use it to bring the weight down in this movement. You want to try to stay stable and not engage your shoulders at all. I don't want to see a big shrug or anything like that as you're doing this movement. You really want to keep the tension on your triceps, as you can see here. And here we go again. Nice. I think we're working pretty hard here. And guys, if you guys haven't tried these Vulcan straps, I recommend you guys do. I'm sure you guys have. I think Sebum or Christian Guzman were the guys who kind of made these things popular. They're pretty popular down here in San Diego, California. But if you haven't tried them, you can get them on Amazon for like $15, $20. Definitely worth the purchase, guys. I believe this is our last set here. We're really gonna push it. The lighting honestly kind of sucks right now. I didn't color grade or dim anything. It's just all natural lighting here. If you guys wait towards the end of the video, you'll see me posing with a pump. I thought it looked pretty sick. You guys let me know. Leave a comment below. Let me know if you think it's a decent look when you guys see the posing at the end. But yeah, we're moving on to the cable curls.
So when you're doing this movement, guys, a quick tip. I'm doing a pretty shitty job at it right now, but you want to try to keep your elbows pretty stable. You don't want to bring them too far forward. It's not terrible. I'm not doing that bad of a job, but if you can, you ideally wouldn't bring it so far forward. Right here, Fredo was pressing me thinking that I was using the inside handle, and I told him that I definitely did it. And he was being stubborn, but I told him I could play the clip back because I recorded it. Doing more of the same shit here. This elbow might be going a little too far forward. This is one of the benefits of recording your workouts, guys. NBA players, basketball players, football players, baseball players, every sport you see people doing film and watching back their game and getting feedback and critique. You can do the same thing with lifting, bodybuilding, powerlifting, anything in the gym also. You could always watch back on your videos and kind of form correct and give yourself an honest critique. The goal is obviously to be as perfect as you can, but the odds of you being perfect every single rep, every single set, they're not. It's highly unlikely. So it's always good to watch back and see where the heck you're at and what you're not doing a great job on. Ideally, when you're doing these, you keep your head back too. You wouldn't be slouching and bring your head forward like I am right now. And now I'm feeling the pump here, guys. Trying to shake off that lactic acid.
They saw me in the barber shop. They're like, bro, what the fuck are you gonna cut?
Right here, Fredo's talking about how he gets a cut every 2 days.
Bro, that was a fast.
Man, I have no idea how Fredo does it. He literally pays for a haircut every 2 days. This man's got to be rich or something. Complaining about a haircut while I'm over here all busted. I need a haircut. And now we're doing overhead tricep extension. Now I know for a fact my form here sucks. And this is a testament to how important stretching and mobility is, guys. I have the worst mobility when it comes to like anything that involves my shoulder and arms going behind my head. Like, I can barely touch my back, and it sucks. Right now, in this movement, ideally I'd keep my elbows more in. You want to bring them as close in as possible, but I physically can't, which might be hindering this movement for myself. I'm not too sure, but I tend to have the same problem with like a dumbbell skull crusher or any movement of that sort. That's why I stay here. I don't feel too bad about it. See, I try to bring it in, and then it just automatically flares out. See, the exciting thing here, guys, is going to be watching the weight come up as we progress in this off season. I think right now I am weaker than I was during prep in certain movements. Right now, 50-pound overhead tricep extension with cables isn't too crazy. It's actually pretty pathetic. And here we're moving on to preacher curls.
Like posting it?
And I believe this was a warm-up, guys. Don't quote me on that. I may be wrong. At least I'd like to think this was a warm-up. Maybe it wasn't a warm-up. Yeah, no, it was definitely a warm up. I overdid the reps though. And here we go. I believe this is the first working set. Yes, sir. Again, when you're doing these kinds of movement, guys, ideally you'd want to keep your head back and straight, kind of parallel to your body. I'm leaning forward like a dummy. It's not ideal. And here we are posing, boys. I'm pretty happy with this, considering how bad of a rebound I had. The arms are looking bigger, the lats are looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with how the shoulders are looking. Oh, that was a terrible angle. Fredo made me retake it. And here we go. This is the men's physique pose. I think this is going to be the new pose for next year. 2 hands on hip. I feel like it really makes the waist look smaller. It brings out the delts a little more for me.
Oh, shit.
I'm so tight I can't bring my arms up. There you go. Arms are looking decent.
Try to angle it right there. Stay right there. Right there.
I'm not sure if I saw a difference with this, but Fredo made me hit it again. Looking pretty freaking big, guys. Here we go.
Try to angle it again a little bit to the same side. Because since it's this way, yeah, you kind of have to. I mean, it looks better.
Alright, so that's the workout, ladies and gentlemen. I just realized that I didn't talk about my show day results at all. So, I'll let you guys know right now. So basically I competed in the men's physique division. I competed in 2 classes, the novice class and the open class. And I think I did pretty well. The novice class, I won my class, and in the open class, I placed top 3. I placed 3rd place out of, I think it was 12 or 15 guys. It was a very competitive show, in my opinion. Just to put into perspective, the guy that won my class ended up going into USA's and North Americans. He actually placed top 5. So, that was exciting to see that I was kind of up there. I do think that it wasn't very close between first, second, and third. I think the first place guy won it hands down. He looked very good. But, you know, I'm pretty close. It shows me where I'm at. I did the LA Championship. I wanted to do that show because I knew it was competitive, and I kind of wanted to see where I was at. I didn't want to do any of these easy local shows that you could just kind of pull up and win. I wanted to do a pretty competitive one, and this one's usually a week before USA's, so it's usually pretty competitive. Everybody that wants to qualify or had already qualified to USA's usually pulls up. They do their warm-up show here, and they pull up to USA's and either do very well or get their pro card. So that's kind of what we did. I'll place videos of what I looked like about a week out right now. And here's a video of what I looked like on show day on stage. This is my stage video. That'll come up right now. And yeah, I mean, I was pretty happy with the look. The goal is to improve on this, and this is exactly what we're going to do by documenting this off-season. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys like these like voiceover style videos, let me know. This was a super last minute YouTube video. Wasn't planned, but we did it anyways. And that's we're gonna keep this vibe going for the rest of the off season. So if you haven't already, guys, like the video, comment down below, show some love, and subscribe to the channel. See you guys tomorrow.